So tell me your name.
My name is Captain Austin.
And where do you live?
As of this moment, I live in San Diego, California.
And how old were you when this fun learning experience happened?
I was 23 years of age.
And so what were you learning?
I was actually learning how to be a captain. Went to school in a small little place in St. Thomas to become a captain. It's a 3-week course.
Was it a formal class? How many people were there?
It was a semi-formal class. The class itself actually consisted of 4 people. It was me, 2 other new captains, and another captain that was in the field for about 20 years and had to renew his captain's license.
Okay. So describe any of the fun learning events you had in as many details as you can. What made it fun?
Well, the captain school that I went to, it was a small captain school. It was actually one of the only 2 captain schools on the island that I lived on. What made it fun was the fact that we did only have 4 people in the classroom. Now, the 4 people themselves, we all were interested in what we did. The captain that taught the class himself, he was a captain for a long time. He was actually a good friend of everybody that was in the class themselves. You know, the island was a very small island. We knew him very well. And the way he taught his class is that he knew us, he knew personal things about us. We all joked around, we had a great time, but we did do what we had to do to make the requirements of the class.
Do you think it was the instructor, the place, or you that made it fun?
I think it was a combination of all 3, actually. Being the fact that it was only a few people, being that it was in the islands, the fact that everybody there is extremely relaxed. The captain himself that taught the class was a very educated man, did a lot of things to make it better for the class. We all joked around together, we had fun with each other. The 3 of us that were new captains were young, so we had fun little things that we could talk to each other about. The older captain had been there for 20 years, that was redoing his thing. He had other insights that he could throw in because he'd been a captain for such a long time. So it was actually a combination of all 3 that made it a really interesting and fun class.
And what was your favorite topic learning about it?
Favorite topic of it all was probably the plotting course of the class, which was where we learned how to mathematically plot our courses if winds threw off or if currents threw off or where we were out in the ocean. You know, we had to go through using compasses, using wind direction, using current direction, learning how to use our plotting techniques, where it made it interesting to learn how to do that because nowadays everybody uses GPS, which is one of those things that it's easy to use, anybody can use it, but still you have to learn how to use the old school ways, because if your GPS goes out, you have to know how to do it the way that it originally started a long time ago. So GPS is a key, but we do have to learn the old school ways just in case something like that does shut down. So that the plotting was the most interesting part of the class, especially because it's something that we didn't know about. Being on the boat all my life and everything like that, I know how to use a boat, I know how to drive a boat, but I don't know how to plot using, you know, your mathematical compass, all those other techniques that the old school captains used to use. That's it?
Very much.
No problem at all. I can just do this for you. I got it.